What's going on, everyone? So, the Charlotte Hornets have made Cody Martin available via trade. For those that are concerned about the Miami players, right? Caleb Martin is the one that was on Miami. He's actually on the Sixers. And Cody Martin is the one that was drafted and has been on the Charlotte Hornets since he came into the league. For those that are like, stay away from Miami players, right? After what happened with Kendrick Nunn and then now Gabe Vincent, particularly Miami guards. But a guy in Cody Martin actually makes a lot of sense for Lakers. I would still like to, can we get Nick Richards, right? Can we do something where we can get a Cody Martin and a Nick Richards? Cody Martin, 29 years old, just turned 29 in September, so he's on the right side of 30 still. He's a guy that can give you some athleticism, give you some size, give you some defense. You know, he's 6'6", 6'7", right? Versatile, slot in 2 through 4 on many nights, right? I really like the idea of like these kind of guys, right? Obviously not the sexiest name. It's not, you know, the Dorian Finney-Smiths or the Cam Johnsons or even like the Jeremy Grants or anything like that. But he's a very good, serviceable, solid guy that you could add to your bench depth, even start in a pinch if you need to. I don't even hate the idea of him starting depending on how the other things shape up. He is making $8 million, or let's call it $9 million, because remember, Lakers got to send out, it's a little over $8 million. So he's very obtainable. He's a guy that you could easily go get. Can you do something where you get Nick Richards and him, you know, give up like a Jalen Uchifino and, you know, like a Gabe Vincent, right? Something like that. And you clear like an extra $1 million or so off the books, right? Kind of 2-for-2 swaps. Obviously, you'd have to give up assets. What are those assets, right? Like Nick Richards isn't worth a first, and definitely not Cody Martin. Cody Martin, again, I like the guy. I think he'd be great on the Lakers. I think he makes some sense for what the Lakers need. Do think he's a guy that's just solid. He's not a guy that's going to go out there and give you a 20 a night, right? But he's a guy that give you, 8 to 10 a night, play some solid defense, give you some athleticism, just be a hard-nosed, do dirty work, do everything guy. You need those guys, right? You need those guys that can come in, have an impact, and impact the game in a multitude of ways, rather than just like, okay, well, when we're shooting the lights out, we're great, but outside of that, give you nothing, right? So these are the kind of moves that I want to see the Lakers do. Obviously, I'd still prefer like a Dorian Finney-Smith. But even if you did, like let's say you pulled off Dorian Finney-Smith. Let's say you get Valanciunas, Dorian Finney-Smith, and like, Dennis Schroeder, right? So that's like, $40 million in salary, right? Can you turn, a couple guys into a Cody Martin? Right? Even if you don't get like a Nick Richards, I don't hate the idea of just going after Cody Martin by himself as just another just kind of depth guy, give you some versatility, give you some, flexibility out there as far as like your attack defense, as well as just your overall defense. Now you can do different sets, different actions, right? Start getting these kind of guys. Cody Martin is the type of prototype that you need that's realistic, that you can trade for without breaking the bank, right? These are the kind of guys. You're not going to get, Lakers are very limited on assets. Lakers are very limited on what they can trade for. So these kind of like gem guys that can easily slot in and fill a role and give an upgrade to what we need, right? Without, breaking the bank. Yes, again, not the greatest name out there, not the sexiest name out there, but a very good, solid, serviceable role player that understands his role, that's going to play his role, no questions asked, no ands, ifs, buts about it, and just a guy that you need. You need the Cody Martins of the world on your basketball team. Those guys are really good. I mean, look at what Caleb has done for Miami over the last few years. Obviously, now he's on the Sixers. Sixers are having struggles, but that's more so because their stars have been out rather than like their role guys have been back. So you can get the other brother. It's kind of like the, like look at Marquise and Markieff Morris, or Marcus and Markieff Morris, right? We got the Markieff Morris, and he was great. Right, like he was a huge part in just what we were able to do that season and winning. So anyway, diving into kind of like his cap situation and Cody Martin as a player. This season, he's due $8.1 million, right? So a little over $8 million, but Lakers have to send out more salary than they take back. And then next season, still only $8.6 million. So he's still under $9 million next season. He only has a $500,000 cap increase, and then he's an unrestricted free agent in the 2026-2027 season. And he'll be 31, so he's still young. You can work out a new contract, new deal, whatever you need to do. And so again, 6'6" in size. He's a guy that again gives you some versatility out there as far as like perimeter defense and just hustle plays. Now, as far as the stats, so this season, 24 games. He's averaging 26 minutes a game. He's only started in 5 of those games. So again, comfortable coming off the bench, comfortable playing that bench role. It's not a guy that's like, I've been a career starter and now I'm having to go to Lakers, come off the bench and it's awkward and it's weird or whatever. No, it's a guy that understands and can play the role that you're looking for him to play. 26.2 minutes per game. He's shooting 44% overall from the field, 7.4 attempts. 3-point range, he is shooting 34% from 3-point range on 3.6 attempts, which is not great. But again, so what can you get realistically? 34%, but great defense is at least something, right? Especially, again, for the value and cheap. Again, he's a guy that's making $8-9 million rather than a guy that's making like $15-20 million. Also, big difference playing alongside players on the Hornets, right? LaMelo's great, don't get me wrong, but like big difference between like LaMelo and Nick Richards and LeBron James and Anthony Davis, right? So the quality of looks that he's going to get, the opportunity that he's going to get, it's going to be higher, it's going to be better. But again, just looking for him to be that versatile 3-and-D guy. 2-point range on 3.8 attempts, 53.8%. He has an EFG of 52.3%. Free throw line, not a great free throw shooter. Doesn't take a ton, but still 66% from the foul line on 1.3 attempts. Rebounding. He's averaging 5 rebounds a game this season. He is a just slightly hair under 4 rebound a game guy. So again, help with rebounding, help with those long ball rebounds. The Lakers have really been struggling with. Gives you a guy that can really help in the rebounding department. 2.4 assists. Last season, he actually averaged almost 4 assists. He was he was a 8, 4, and 4 guy last season. This season, he is a 9, 4, and 2.5 guy, we'll say 3 guy, averaging 1.1 steals and almost a block a game, 0.8 blocks. So again, gives you the defense, gives you the versatility out there on the perimeter, not this like elite scorer or shooter or anything like that. But again, you need these kind of guys. Go pull off the go get the moves, whatever it is, like Valanciunas, if you can get, Cody Martin, right, for a second or 2 seconds or something like that, right? Make that kind of move, perfect. Right? Start there and then work on like kind of the bigger trades, right? The trades that you may end up using your first and stuff for. I'd be fine. Like if, say by December 20th, let's call it Christmas, right? Let's say for Christmas, you ended up getting me Jonas Valanciunas and Cody Martin. Perfect, right? For like a start. Like, I hope that's not all they do, right? I hope it's just not like, oh, here you go. Like, Merry Christmas, Tyler. Here you go, right? This is what you wanted. No, but in all seriousness, like, I would love to, can you get something like that, pull off a move like that, and then, that way you can be patient. You got kind of 2 needs, got some athleticism, got some help rebounding, some defense, some defensive versatility out there on the perimeter, and then, go and grab and snag a Nets trade or whatever they end up deciding to do, whatever direction they end up going, right? Because I don't believe Cody Martin's going to cost a bunch of firsts and stuff. Like, no one's giving up a first for him. Like I said, 1-2 seconds, sure. Same thing with Valanciunas. If you could do something like that, cool. So it's like 18, let's call it 19 million in salary. Easy to obtain for the Lakers. Boom, there you go. You got that. You got those moves. And then now let's just really start to flush and round out the roster, but you get 2 guys that come in and play. Perfect world, instead of Valanciunas, you get Nick Richards. Right? If you get Nick Richards and Cody Martin, I mean, I'd give up like a pick swap for that, or, we have like, I think 5 tradable seconds. Yeah, here's all of them, right? Take all 5 seconds, right? If you want that. Like, I would, if you told me you got Nick Richards and Cody Martin for 5 seconds and you had to trade like Gabe Vincent and, like I said, Jalen Hood-Schifino, chef kiss. That would be beautiful. Like, I'd be standing up applauding Rob. Problem is, I think Mark Williams, I don't know. So a couple things about Nick Richards real quick, and then I'll wrap up the video. But one, we don't even know if Nick Richards is actually available, right? Teams have inquired about Nick Richards. The Hornets have listened to those acquisitions, or those inquiries. Sorry, wrong word. Inquiries. But it's everybody, your job is to listen, right? Because if somebody's like, hey, we'll give you 2 firsts for Nick Richards, it's like, yeah, here you go, no brainer, right? So we don't even know if he's really available. And 2, Mark Williams, I believe, is out for some time. I think he just had like surgery or something, so he's supposed to be out for some time. So would they trade Nick Richards given that situation, maybe they're like, we're not winning anything this year anyway, so who cares, right? Like, let's just get some assets for these guys. If that's the case, then sure, go trade what you got to get to go get those guys. But even if you just got Cody Martin, right? Say you just like I said, I'm fine with like taking a piece from here, taking a piece from here, taking a piece from here, right? Like if you got, say, a Dorian Finney-Smith, Cody Martin, a Valanciunas, a Bruce Brown, right? Like that. However you get to the end result, I don't care. As long as you get to that end result, as long as you get that athleticism, you get that perimeter defense, you get some two-way guys, right? You get some 3-and-D wings. You get these guys that the Lakers have desperately needed for years now, right? I mean, even look at the 2020 team, right? Like Avery Bradley, Caruso, these guys like KCP even. Like these guys weren't shooting like 47%. Like the Lakers were, I think 26th in three-point percentage off the top of my head. They were somewhere in that range. From three-point percentage the year that they won the championship, right? But it was just the defensive versatility, the athleticism, having different looks on the defensive side, on the offensive side. Like, we need to get back to that. Guys like Cody Martin help you get back to that step. Not a guy that's going to break the bank, not going to have to give up, multiple firsts for him or anything like that. Keep it reasonable, keep it smart. Again, go get him. Perfect world, Nick Richards. But let's just say Cody Martin. Do the Nets trade. Even if you just got Cody Martin and then Dennis Schroeder, Day'Ron Sharp, and Dorian Finney-Smith. Again, chef kiss. Beautiful, right? Because you got Dorian Finney-Smith and Caleb Martin who can slot in 2 through 4 on any given night, give you 3-and-D, athleticism out on the perimeter. Get a Dennis Schroeder who can be your point of attack, starting guard, do multiple things. And then you got your backup center and, Day'Ron Sharp who can rebound, block shots, and be a floor running big, lob threat, right? Like, perfect. You did your job. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? Do you like the idea of Cody Martin? Do you think, stay away from Cody Martin? He's not the answer. He's not the guy. How do you feel? Whatever your thoughts are. Either way, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.